Hello, my name is Jack, and I'm going to talk about my favorite hobby, golf. The history of golf. Golf was originally created in 1497 in Scotland. It was originally played with rocks and sticks made to look like golf clubs. They just found off of trees. The first golf course was created in 1672, and it's called Old Links, and it was created in Scotland. A round of golf is made up of 18 holes, consisting of holes the number of strokes of a par 3, 4, and 5, which is the number of strokes you should complete a hole in. Par 4 course is usually a score of 72 shots to complete the course, which is what an average golfer should make it in, but most people who aren't decent at golf will shoot way above par. For example, my average handicap, which is the average that most people will finish a round in, is +8. And pros are scratch golfers, which means they shoot way below par. The first major championship was the Open Championship played in Scotland and was won by Willie Park Sr. He originally won 4 Open Championships, which back then was a lot. The 4 major championships today are the Open Championship, the U.S. Open, the Masters, and the PGA Tour. 2 of the most known golfers ever to play, Jack Nicklaus, who won 18 major championships, and then a lot of people know who Tiger Woods is. He's won 14, and he's still playing today after lots of back injuries. And golf has never really changed from the beginning, but the main difference is the innovation between the golf balls from the beginning and the golf clubs from the beginning to now. They originally started as wood clubs, and now they've moved to titanium and carbon fiber. The essentials you need to play golf, it's pretty self-explanatory. Golf balls, tees, glove, and a golf club. And the fun thing about your golf club is you put it on your hand that you lead your club with. So if you're a right-handed player, you put on your left hand to lead your swing, and if you're a left-handed player, you put on your right hand to lead your swing. Then you have your driver, which is the club in your bag that hits the ball the farthest distance, but is also the club that you have the least control over. Then you have your irons. Your irons are usually numbered from lowest number to highest number. So the lower the club, the lower amount of loft, so the farther you can hit the ball. So for example, a 4-iron you can usually hit around 200 yards, and then you'll have a 9-iron, which will be the highest iron in your bag, which will have more loft, so you'll be able to hit the club higher and shorter distances to try to really stick it on the green. Then you have your pitching wedge and sand wedge, which you can use in shorter distances. Pitching wedge you usually use from like 110 yards to 100. And your sand wedge you use around the green as a chipper, and you can use it out of the sand if you hit it into a bunker. And then finally your putter. Your putter is used to put the ball into the hole. There's a famous saying, I honestly don't know who made it, but there's a saying called drive for show, putt for dough. It doesn't really matter how well you drive it. If you can't putt, your score will exemplify how well you play. Lastly, how I got into golf. I started playing golf when I was in 7th grade. I would take lessons on Saturday mornings with my dad, and right before we would take lessons, I would end up going to play my little league football games, and then the following day, Sunday, we would go play at our local course. In high school, I would often play on weekends with my friends, and I would play with my friends that played golf in college. So we'd always have like little wagers. I would always lose the wagers, but it was just a lot of fun for me. It was a good way for me to get away from school and football growing up. Golf can be aggravating at points, but you always need to have fun and keep a level mind, because if you don't have fun with it, you won't be successful at it. And the more frustrated you get, the worse you'll end up playing. Any questions?